All right, so it's the weekend. So how do you conquer your weekends and avoid sabotaging all the progress that you've made? It's very, very simple. 1 minute hard, Coach Mark here to tell you exactly how to conquer even the hardest of weekends. Weekends are hard, right? Let's just admit that like weekends can be the toughest. You've had a busy week, maybe you had a stressful week, and maybe you can kind of let loose over the weekend. Maybe you've developed some habits of just kind of kicking back, Netflix and chill, right? Have a couple cocktails, go out and enjoy some food, all that good stuff. And it's all good, right? But sometimes it's a battle, right? It's a battle that needs to be faced. And I want to help you how to conquer your weekends right now. Literally, this is it in a nutshell, right? You want to conquer your weekends. What happens is you have to start earlier in the week. You have to start weeks in advance because what happens is a lot of times I even find people that are on like a dieting journey and they're making great progress, right? You do well during Monday and then Tuesday and then Wednesday comes along and things get a little off track. And then next thing you know is that you slide a little bit. You forget to go to the gym. You forget to maybe make your meals, or maybe instead of eating at home and preparing something healthy, you go through a drive-through, or right, like you had kind of like something threw you off course and you're like, you know what, it's the weekend, I'll just wait until Monday to get started over. It happens to even the best of us, right? I know from personal experience, but let me just share this with you. You want to conquer your weekends, you have to develop momentum. Now, how do you develop momentum? Right? Here's the thing. If you can learn this one thing, and that's where I think a lot of people fail, is they don't develop enough momentum. Well, how do you develop momentum? You develop momentum with consistency. Well, how do you develop consistency? Well, you develop consistency by having a plan. Well, most of the time, I talk to tons of people, and they just simply don't have a plan. Like there's zero planning. Oh well, yeah, I have a gym membership, and I know how to eat healthy, and I know I need to cut back on sweets and maybe not drink so much booze on the weekend or alcohol, whatever you want to call it. Booze, that's the easier word. Or I know I just let stressful eating get to me and all that stuff, and it's all fine and good, right? But the bottom line is you're not allowing yourself to develop momentum, and it's honestly not fair to you or to your body. So how can you conquer even the hardest of weekends? Is you start off by looking at how your week went. Now, again, if you had an amazing week and you made a lot of progress, don't overestimate the progress you made in just 1 week, because you have to develop more consistency than just 1 week, right? Honestly, a lot of times why diets fail, because maybe you did really well in a week or two doing some kind of crash diet and you lost some weight. And guess what? You didn't develop enough momentum. You didn't actually give yourself a chance to develop new habits. And here I'm here to tell you, it's not nearly as hard as you really need to make it on yourself. But the difference is just simply having a plan, having a good plan. If you have no plan, don't expect to stay on track over the weekends. Or, if maybe you lost the weight on during the week and then, hey, I can let loose. I did really well. I can treat myself now. That's a terrible way to go about it. So how to develop new habits, how to conquer your weekends is simple. You got to develop momentum. The momentum comes from having consistency. The consistency comes from having a simplified plan. And as your coach, potentially I can make it way simpler for you. I am looking for a few select people who are committed to themselves, committed to getting off the weight loss journey. If you want to lose 57 pounds, I say 57 pounds because looking at the average of the majority of our students who took a look in over a 6-month period, the average weight loss is close to, I think it's like 56, 57 pounds, in that range. So if you want to lose 57 pounds in 6 months or even something better, hit me up with a message, Breakthrough 2022, and we'll do this.